Hi, this is Kathleen LaValle with Huntsville Tutoring Company. This month we are talking about math, also called dyscalculia. So does your child feel like the little boy in this picture, so jumbled up and stressed when it comes to math? Well, I guarantee you your child is not alone. Now, this is not something that is diagnosed as much as dyslexia, but it is still a problem. And some people say it's just as common as dyslexia. It's just not tested as much as dyslexia is. So this month, I want to spend some time focusing on different strategies to help you and your child do better with math. Math was something that I enjoyed growing up, but I liked the systematic portion of it. I did not do well with facts. I still remember trying to memorize my addition and subtraction, multiplication and division facts, and that is something that was so hard for me. So over the years of tutoring, I have come up with different ways to help some of my students with math. I do primarily tutor dyslexia, kids like teaching them how to read and things like that, but I do occasionally have some students that I help on with math. So this month, join back, and I'm going to try to do a video every Wednesday about one aspect of math and just show you one or two things that I do in my tutoring sessions to help students make math more concrete for them and make it make sense. Because one of the things that I have learned is that I feel like a lot of students are just memorizing the process. They're memorizing, this is what I have to do to get the right answer, but they're not thinking. They're memorizing a process and not really thinking about what they are actually doing. And 9 times out of 10, it all goes back to place value. Anytime I have a student that is struggling with math, I always start with place value. Just like with reading, I always start with handwriting and the alphabet and the letter sounds. With math, I always go back to place value. So over the month, I will share different strategies that you can use with your children. But I also want to tell you one tip that I've learned over the past couple of years is I have started making math notebooks for my students. So what this is when the teacher is in front of them and they're learning, that my student can listen to the teacher and they can watch what's going on in class. They take notes a little bit, but then when they come to me, we sit down, we go over the new concept, and I write out step by step what they need to do. Now, a lot of times we do this while we're doing a problem so that they can see what they're doing. And when I am making their notebook page, I also slow down and explain to them why they're doing it and not just write the steps down. But then at the end of the year, they have a notebook that has step by step what they need to do for all sorts of different types of problems. And this is really helpful for my students because a lot of them struggle to remember different math concepts. If they're not using it on a daily basis or a weekly basis, then they don't remember how to do it. They may have aced a test on greatest common factor, but after they've been doing a unit on geometry and shapes, they have no idea how to go back and get that greatest common factor. So going back to the problem and to the notebook they're able to do the problem now because they can look at their notes. A lot of times I also highlight their notes. So I will write out in words step by step what they're supposed to be doing, but then on the other side we're doing a sample problem as well. So like if step 1 is to add the ones column, then I'll highlight that pink. Then in my problem I will highlight the ones column pink so they can see that relationship and they can see the colors, they can see the process that they need to follow in order to get it. So I hope that this helps, and I'm excited about showing you some of the tips and tricks that I've created and learned over the years to help your children with math. As always, let me know if you guys have any questions.